Let's start just connecting. So why don't you drop in the chat where you're from, say hello, where you're coming from, and can you hear me? Someone's saying they can't hear me. Eva, can you hear me? Oh, brilliant. Awesome. Brilliant. So, so guys, Tessa is our, and Kathy, I think Kathy's here. Actually, there we go. Tessa. So Tess, could you just introduce yourself to everybody? If they've got any questions, then they can communicate with you.
Sure. Hi, everyone. I'm Tessa, Debbie's daughter. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, obviously everyone's on mute. So just type them in the chat, and at the Q&A session, we'll answer everybody's questions. But we can't answer, disjointedly throughout the whole presentation. So just add them into the chat, and I'll keep record of them to answer in the Q&A. Cool.
Brilliant. Thanks, Tess. So Tessa does all our social media marketing and is tech support on our calls. And then Kath, do you want to introduce yourself? Kath actually runs the show. You muted, Kath? You back? Still muted. Okay, drop a chat in. So Kath does all the bookings. She does all the admin. She's my right-hand man. The healing room just wouldn't actually happen without her. So she's both Tess and Kath are an important part of the team. So Tess, if you could take over letting people in, you and Kath, please, so we can get going. So we are recording the session because there are over 45 people that have actually logged in. So we will be sending out the recording afterwards. And obviously, as you all know, a healing transmission is like a radio station. Once the transmission has gone out, the frequency, the healing frequency is embedded in the transmission. So you guys can go back to this. You'll also all be receiving it. You can go back anytime and receive the healing. So just get your heads around that. That'll be awesome. Then the other thing is, guys, we are a group. And there'll be people hopping on and hopping off. We know how it happens. People's connections drop. So don't let that distract you. But I do encourage you all to put your cameras on. Full engagement. We're all finding love. We all would like to experience love. We all want to have that special connection. And it starts with actually just showing up. So unless you have a really serious internet connection, I do encourage you all to put your cameras on, to keep them on. Nobody's watching you. I promise you, they're all here for themselves because they also are seeking to find that connection and find that love, either in a partner. And through the presentation, I will be sharing with all of you how you can bring true love into your house, into your life, and to have it there continually. So if everybody could unmute yourselves, Lee, if you could, mute yourself because there's a bit of interference in the background. Okay, cool. And then I'm going to share my screen. First of all, just so that you know, we have all come together. There is no synchronicity as to why this particular group have hopped onto this particular call at this moment in time. We are all energetic beings and we are all sending out resonance all day, every day. And we have somehow connected, all of us, and have come together for what we are co-creating right now in this moment in time. Which means that we are all stepping up and taking responsibility to what we're bringing to the healing today. So your electromagnetic field has a membrane. And when you are standing alone on your own, you are just one person. But when we come together in a group like we have right now, it means we all are linking together. And what that means is, Tess, there's someone, Amelia, waiting to enter the waiting room. And what that means is that when we are together and we are linking our fields, what happens is we are expanding the amount of space or the connectedness to all that is. So can you not let them in, Tess? How does it work? No, oh dear. Okay.
No, you didn't make me a co-host, so I can't.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me do that right now. Sorry, everybody, just give us a sec. There we go. Make co-host. I'm sorry, Tess, I thought I did that. Okay, so as I was saying, as all of us connect together, we literally amplify the field of what we are able to create together. Those of you that have worked with me one-on-one, you will have felt how when we work together, we amplify it. Those of you that have worked with me in groups, in my group healing sessions on the Successful Living program, will have experienced when there are 8 of us working together, just how the level of healing, the depth that we actually receive is just so, it's just amplified. And now you guys are going to experience, I mean, right now there are 17 people in the group. That will be growing as we move into the time shared together. But there is also about 40 other people that are going to be hopping onto this at different times over the next 24 hours because they're in different time zones. They bring their collectiveness. So don't think that just because they're not here with us right now, that we are not receiving the same energy that they're bringing, which when they hop on later. Okay, I hope that all makes sense to you guys. And as Tessa said, please pop your questions that you want to ask me. So this teaching is going to be about 15 minutes. I want to basically address self-love and what falling in love is actually about. Then we're going to have a Q&A where you can ask me anything. So if there's something that is that you've been grappling with around love, around your current relationships, put it in the chat and I'll answer it a little bit later. Then we'll have a Q&A for half an hour. And then we will then have a quick 2-minute break to grab some water, and then we'll do the healing and the meditation. So, my darlings, what is falling in love? What does it really, really mean? So, when we first connect with somebody and there's that love interest, that connection, we are drawn to that person. Okay, so we all know that our relationships reflect ourselves. We know that what we are seeing in someone is being reflected, where we at within ourselves, right? So when you fall in love, when you connect with someone, there's a moment where it doesn't matter what your society conditions are, no matter what your previous beliefs are, no matter what anybody says, your friends can say, you're all crazy, like, why are you into this person? But you're in love and you've like lost your mind. You really don't care what anybody says because there is this connection. There is something here and you've been seeking it, and it is just the most delicious feeling in the whole world. And what it is that when you connect with another person on this level, there is like a oneness that you're both falling into, which means you're actually falling into the same love. You like move, as you can see in this picture, there's an infinity curve, okay? So when you are looking at each other and you're like falling into your gaze and like literally moving into this, you are falling into a universal source love, which is basically the original state of what you were, the beingness of you before you were born. So when you actually fall in love, firstly, there's a biological process that is happening, okay? And it's got a lot to do with lust, but it's nature's way of tricking us into cohabitate and to co-create, okay? It's not only, because it's only when we have that non-judgment, when we've literally lost the mind, our minds, because we're not coming from our judgment and we're not coming from that mindset that we are labeling and worrying about what we should or shouldn't do. And it's only then that we can truly connect with another and find our true sense of self and discover who we truly are. Because while you're walking around on this planet and while you're actually trying to find that missing feeling, that emptiness, that like hollow, and whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship, very few of us have that complete contentment. And it's something that we are all seeking. So when we are navigating our life, looking for this almost like magical feeling, this happiness, this love, this joy, we are dealing with two energies. And it's basically, it's love is the one, and fear is the other one. And fear is the perception of separation. And it's because of the separation that nature is tricking us and making us try and find a way of falling in love to really reconnect with our true self again. And because the separation, which happens at birth, is literally what is causing us to have that feeling that we're disconnected and that we do not belong, and that we have an identity, that our bodies are different are separate from our minds, and that we are different because of gender, of race, of ego, color, etc., etc. And we identify and we believe that the package that we are in is who we truly are. And we believe that what our mind is telling us is the truth, okay? Some of you might have done my Journey to Your Authentic Self course, which I might actually rerun again, is where we actually get to grips with the fact that we are not our identity. And as the Course of Miracles suggests, all the dysfunction that we experience in our lives, and especially in our relationships, is because of this misunderstanding of the separation. Because in truth, we cannot be separate. We cannot be separate. We are connected to everything. And hopefully these slides are going to bring that home a little bit more. Because when the mind is in charge, when the mind is running and overriding the heart, the mind is sitting in judgment. It is the one that is telling you that there are a whole lot of choices you shouldn't be making. And there's a whole lot of things about you that is the reason why you can't find love, that you're not good enough, that you're not lovable. And the mind is literally running pre-programs that have been downloaded when you're a child, which are literally your stumbling blocks as adults in trying to find this connection, trying to find this love. So fear, and fear is a big subject, is a real big stumbling block for falling in love. Just for starters, a lot of people won't even open up their hearts to even giving it a chance because they've been hurt before. And what's happening there is they're actually cutting themselves off from the divine source, from unconditional love of everything. So it's not even, they're not even cutting themselves off from falling in love and having a partner to share it off. They're cutting themselves off from all forms of love and joy. So fear is a really crippling element. And so what this beautiful Rumi quote says here is that our task is not to seek for love, but merely to find all the barriers within ourselves that we have built against it. And breaking down those barriers and releasing those patterns of behavior and those limiting beliefs around who you truly are and what life is about is literally the way that you move out of fear into being open again and into reconnecting and allowing love back into your life. Because as the statement says on the heading, the only true meaningful experience of life is love. That's actually the whole point. So love is the essence of connection, but you can't have love if there is judgment, as the Dalai Lama says. And in order to see love, you need to recognize your true self in another. So it's not something that can be defined, okay? It can't be labeled because love is not a mental thing. You can't think love, okay? Love doesn't happen in the brain. Love happens in the body. It's something that you experience. It's a feeling that runs through the whole of you. And it is literally brings you that connection, that oneness, that sense of oneness, which literally permeates your awareness when it is literally within your body. And it's that, in that moment, that you connect to what truly is and what you truly are. So it's your mind that is separating you and keeping you disconnected from all that is. And it's the mind that's interfering because of its judgments, okay? So that's a key element here where we need to find a tool on how to bypass the mind, okay? So it's love, and I'm going to teach you a little trick later on, the mirror exercise. It's brilliant to getting the mind out the way. And it's because it's love that realigns you and connects you with the truth of who you are. We have to find a way, guys, to connect with that love current, that love frequency. So the tool I'm giving you later is definitely going to be a stepping stone to running that energy in your body. And this is why people constantly seek to fall in love, to find love. And even if they're unhappy in their relationships, I know a lot of people have sent me a message, say, oh, but in a relationship, can they come on this call? I said, yeah, of course you can come on this call. It doesn't matter whether you're in a relationship or not in a relationship. The point is, what is the quality that your relationship or lack of a relationship is reflecting back at you? Because love is in everything. And you want to get to that deeper sense of connectedness in your relationship. You want true intimacy in your relationship, and it comes with having that with yourself, which I'm going to chat to you a bit about now. So we want to get back to that magical state of falling in love. And the interesting thing is, actually, when you realize what falling in love really is, it's actually not the person. It's the person that through chemistry and physiology, obviously, or biological, you get attracted to each other. But what it gives you is that opportunity to actually fall in love with yourself. Because when you gaze in your lover's eyes and you look deep into their eyes, you are actually falling into their soul, okay, through the window of their eyes. But what happens is you're literally going through a portal into a place which you know so well because you've been there before, because it's where you come from. And as you fall deep and you look deep into those eyes, you literally get that sense of knowing, connection, because that's where you find that unconditional love and acceptance reflected back at you. But you're looking at yourself, because the soul in someone else reflects the soul that it's seeing within you. So you guys are mirroring the truth of who you both are, which is source energy. So when you fall in love, you're actually falling in love with yourself, which is actually so beautiful, because you're seeing yourself in the other person being reflected back at you. So when you understand that you are pure unconditional love, and that it's in that moment as you fall together into oneness, you're in the same love current. It's the same frequency. It's universal source love. And this is the original state you were in before you were born, before you had that sense of separateness, before you started being raised by your community and all sorts of preconditioned ideas started being downloaded into your brain. Love is the soul's light. And when they say, oh, your eyes light up when you walk in the room. Your lover says, your lover's eyes light up when you walk in the room. That's what it is. It's the light within you that is just shining bright. So isn't that beautiful that we can actually see ourselves reflected in our lover's eyes? And this is what nature is after, okay? It wants, our purpose is to be and express love. That's the reason of our life. It's all about love, nothing else actually. The rest is just really noise. And when we disconnect from that, when for some reason while we are being raised by our communities, we lose track of the truth of who we are and what our life is all about, that is when nature really wants to lead you into a situation, into a connection with someone, so you can be brought back to the truth of who you are. So this is actually the reason that nature has geared up this being physically attracted to someone, so that you can literally go back to that space in time where you were one with everything. And in that is literally the waking up, when you realize that you're source energy, when you look into somebody's eyes and you realize, oh my gosh, I'm being reflected back at myself. That is me. I am love. It's literally waking up to who you are and letting go the imagined person that you thought you were. And that's what Alan Watts says. And it's just the shedding of the identity, shedding of all the noise and all the preconditions and all the limiting beliefs. It's just letting it go. And guys, it's that simple, okay? You don't have to spend years in therapy to actually get this, okay? because it's just one of those things. You've all fallen in love before. So you've all had that experience. So you all know what it feels like. Now, today, I'm going to give you a tool so you can start bringing that into your own life right now. You don't need to have that person right now in your life to actually start falling in love with yourself and life again. So you can get into that that frequency, which is a currency, the love currency, where you can start tuning into that hurt. So you can start bringing that into your life so you can share love with a partner. So as I say here at the end, your only journey really that you need to be concerned with is, as a human having an experience here on earth, is that, are you an expression of love? Are you being love? Because that state, that loving pure state, is actually what it's all about. So just to give you a little bit of science behind this, in case you just might think, oh, well, actually, sure, I'm not so sure about this, that love heals all, that why do I need to run this love frequency in my body, and why would nature want me to run this frequency in my body? You know, I'm living in fear here. I'm actually not so sure I want to have my heart broken. Well, actually, it has been proven beyond doubt that source energy, love frequency, is the highest known hertz for our bodies. And it actually increases UN light absorption in the DNA, okay? And it also is brilliant for activating higher consciousness. So as you can see in these two diagrams, it doesn't really matter what you look like on the outside. It's all about what's happening on the inside. And it doesn't really matter what package you've been given. You are an energetic being having a human experience. You are love in a human body. And that is all you need to focus on. That is where your attention needs to be. That if you are running this energy through your body, you are bringing deep healing to your physical body. So I know we are on this call today because we all would love to fall in love and have a partner to share our love, myself included, okay? I'd also am ready to have a lovely, beautiful relationship with someone. And we all would love that connectedness with someone, and actually to share time with a like-minded person who's adding value to our lives and allowing us to be the best that we are, where we feel safe and loved and just cherished, okay? But it starts with loving yourself, knowing that this body that you've been given, if you are running this energy through your body, that frequency is literally interacting with every cell in your body, and it is bringing down it's bringing huge healing to your physical form. So for those of you that are ill, that you are dealing with mental illness, physical illness, this energy is literally a healing energy, and this will bring healing to your body. It's also going to bring that feeling of being alive and vital, okay? And you literally, in this honeymoon effect, when you love it, running this energy through your body, you feel invincible, okay? And guys, you don't need somebody to be in your life for you to have this feeling. And that is what I'm hoping that you are going to take away from this time that we're sharing together, that you can have this feeling of being in love right now, okay? And it's you holding that resonance in your body right now that brings the partner into your life. So it's kind of like back, you haven't been taught this way. You've always been taught, oh, you've got to meet the person, and then the person is going to bring you this amazing, loving experience. But the problem is we've been taught to look outward, okay, for our love and for our connection. But the truth of the matter is it's within, it's in our hearts, okay? So your conditioned mind is lost when you fall in love. And what I'm hoping with my exercise I'm going to teach you just now, the mirror technique, is you will start bypassing your conditioned mind and what your mind is telling you that you can't have, and that you will start running love through your body, because that's what nature has designed us for. it's designed this energy so we have access to it on a physical level, so we can really boost our own physical bodies. And then also it allows our hearts to be open. And as you can see in this diagram of two humans interconnected with their electromagnetic fields, and you can see the heart field around their hearts and how it's engaging, and they're walking together and they're sharing this energy with each other. This is how it's meant to be. And that is what we are after. And that's hopefully we're going to start bringing into our lives. So to bring it to your consciousness now, it is the understanding that relationships are mirrors of your own soul. Okay. And so my question to you, what are you doing right now to bring love into your life 24/7? What are you doing, guys? You know, so many of us would love to be in a nice relationship and, oh, we want this and we want that, but we're actually not doing anything about it. So I want you to ask yourself the question right now, while you're sitting there, okay? I want you to answer and put it in the chat. Let me know. Would you be attracted to a person who does not like or love themselves? Yes or no, guys? Go on, fire away. Let me know. Would you be attracted to a person who had limiting beliefs about themselves and their abilities? Come on, I think that's no-brainer. What are you guys saying? Yes or no? Would you be attracted to somebody who always saw the cup half empty and chose to be negative? You know, that downer, that Debbie Downer. It's an expression. I'm not a Debbie Downer, I hope, but anyway. And would you be into somebody who didn't care for their bodies, who didn't look after their mental health, and definitely did nothing that fed their souls? Now, I personally would not be attracted to anybody that had that way of being. So now what I'd like you all to do is to visualize in your mind, okay? Let's think just for a moment. So just shake your arms out and just think, okay, let's tune in. If we can today get this right, because remember, we're going to have a healing right now. So let's tune in. Now we know what we don't like, remember. Well, I'm hoping you all don't like people that are negative and don't love themselves and that. Now let's think about the person who we want to share our life with. Think about that person. Close your eyes and just think about that person. What do they look like? What do they smell like? How are they in the world? What qualities do they have? Really visualize them. What are their core values? How do they treat animals? How do they treat old people? How do they treat their body? How do you feel when you're with that person? Okay. Now keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Now, think about this person. This is your ideal partner. This is the person that we're bringing into your Valentine Day, this very February, okay? And if you're in a relationship and they're not showing up the way you want, don't worry. Keep visualizing how you want them to make you feel, all right? Now visualize the type of person that they would be attracted to, okay? Visualize that person. What are the characteristics that the person has that your dream person would like and be attracted to? What values does their dream person have? So there's your dream guy or girl, masculine energy or feminine energy, depending on your preference. And really connect with how that person resonates in the world. Okay, this is your dream person. Now, visualize the person that they're attracted to. Okay, now ask yourself, are you showing up like a person your ideal partner would be attracted to? Are you that person? Are you right now living your best version of yourself? I mean, do you really wake up every day inspired, loving yourself, on purpose, just bringing your best game, loving each moment? Yes? No? And I want to ask you this about being a mirror. Are you mirroring back to the world what you want to be mirrored back at you? Are you being a true reflection of what you want in your life? And the last question I'm going to ask you right now, and I want you to all answer in the chat. Are you in love with yourself? Quickly, don't think about it. Yes or no? Put it in the chat. And somebody is unmuted. If everybody could just please make sure that you're muted. Thanks. So guys, that's a big one. Are you in love with yourself? As Rumi's quote says, if I love myself, I love you. And if I love you, I love myself. This is the mirror effect. Which brings us to the truth. That to find true love, we have to first fall in love with ourselves. You can't give something that you don't have, guys. You can't love someone fully if you are not radiantly, literally radiant in love. Your love needs to literally unconditionally radiate from you with no judgment, with no conditions, and with no expectations, because that is what true love is. That saying, the cup runneth over. You can drink from our saucer. This is what we have to put into action. If we want to experience in this lifetime unconditional love with a partner and truly walk in that grace and that experience, then we need to truly fall in love with ourselves. And this is not an ego love. This is not a love like, oh my God, I'm so fabulous. Oh my goodness, look at me. I'm just absolutely awesome. This is a deep, soulful love. This is a knowing that you are of the source energy, that you are love. And then, yes, you've got faults. And yes, there are things that maybe you'd love blonde hair, but you've got red hair or whatever. That's just noise. The point is you are beautiful. You have got so much to give, and you bring your love into everything. Because the beautiful Rumi quote, which says, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a drop. Guys, when you understand, when you gazing in your lover's eyes and you fall into that together, when you fall into the oneness, the eternal oneness that is deep within your eyes, it's the window to the soul. You see that you are love, that you are a part of everything. It is just the most exquisite feeling when that realization, that awareness settles in to your whole being. And it is through that connection, okay? It's through that seeing yourself reflected back at you that you know that all is well, and that love is in everything, and that it heals everything, and that you can have love unconditionally in every moment of every day. And the way that you attract your perfect ideal partner into your life so that you can experience this true love is by becoming fully awakened, by developing your heart center and your consciousness. That you really, really let go your fears and you open up to having a heartful experience of life. You expand your consciousness. You bring deep healing to your mindset. You become fully aware of the oneness of everything and the stillness that is actually all around, even in this chaos. So currently we're living in a very chaotic world, but there is love everywhere. There is stillness everywhere. And it is through being in love with life, being in love with ourselves, that we tap into this magical, magical frequency. That even though things are overwhelming and challenging, and I get that everybody is faced with a whole lot of new challenges that we've never been dealt with before, but it does not mean that we cannot have love at the same time. In fact, if we have self-love and if we are loving ourselves and running this frequency through our bodies, we will be able to navigate our challenges effortlessly. Because we'll be coming from source energy, we'll be coming from a place where we are accepting and we are embracing and we are unconditional and non-judgmental. And therefore we can look at the challenge from every aspect and follow our hearts while we navigate it, so that we continually stay true to our life's purpose. And this is being in flow. And this is what brings the successful life, the dream life, the understanding, the being. It's when you like yourself and you love yourself unconditionally that you step into this frequency, this flow, and you literally, from this authentic place of being, as you're showing up as your best version, feeling incredible just because you have that energy in your body. It's just so divine, literally, because you are divine and you have this amazing frequency running through you. It is in that and with that that you, without even realizing, without effort, you attract the right partner to share time with, who will be able, and this is what we all want. We want the person that we are sharing our time with to be able to mirror back unconditional love to us, so that we can both experience together true unconditional love. It is truly, that is what we're all, while we are experiencing life on earth, after. So that is just a little bit of an understanding or an explanation as to what this falling in love is actually all about. So I hope that this has given you a different way of looking at the way you're showing up when you are stepping into looking at bringing people into your life. So when you're dating or in your relationship, see where you're at, check in with yourself as to what are you holding in your heart as you are engaging with the people that you love. So what I would like to do now is I would like to, before we do our process, is to open up the floor for questions. So Tess, do you have some questions for us? We'll have to unmute you. Yeah.
Not yet. Everyone was answering the questions that you asked in the chat.
Okay, cool. So come on, who has a question for me?
But no one's typed out a question yet. But maybe if someone does have a question, they can unmute themselves.
Come on, don't be chicken. You must have a question. Ask to okay, so who's Rain? Are you going to go first? This is a group, guys, so which is amazing, because whatever anybody asks, trust me, everybody in the group will have actually, you'll be giving them a great opportunity for great learning, because a lot of people there will actually be thinking about the same thing. I've been doing group work for years, and trust me, it's always the same. So Rain, what's your question, love? Okay. Hi. Yes, likewise. Okay. So you're saying how to talk to yourself. You're saying how you talk to yourself off. Yeah. So for starters, gratitude is the highest frequency that we have. So how we, so when we drop our frequency, so say for example, you wake up and you're just having like a flat day, and you start running negative thoughts about yourself. You like look in the mirror and you go, or maybe you put yourself down because you just start that internal dialogue that is negative, right? That is when you basically say to yourself, no, you're not going to be doing that. And that's where the discipline comes in, where you go, right, what can I do immediately? And you go to gratitude. So gratitude is one of the quickest ways of pivoting in the moment to run a different frequency through your body. So you would go to gratitude and you would say, what am I grateful for? And why it's so easy is because you can literally focus on anything. Yes. Yes, love.
No one actually heard Rain's question. So before you continue answering, can you just repeat what Rain's question was?
Absolutely. So Rain said that she has days where she does love herself and other days where she just doesn't seem to be able to hold that love energy in her body. And she asked what tips could I share with her that can help her on the days that she's not doing so well in loving herself, so she can get into that love frequency and shift what's happening in her body while she's, you know, feeling less than of herself. So gratitude is one of the quickest ways to shift yourself, to pivot in that moment of thinking less than of yourself, and will take you to a feeling in your body where you will feel calmer, you will feel a sense of wellness, and it's genuinely a sense of all is well, which when fear is kicking in or when negative belief systems are kicking in and we're starting to run our internal dialogue, which is bringing us down. And some of us can be really cruel to ourselves. Some of us are very critical. Some of us are very judgmental. We all have a story that runs in the back of our heads around whether it's about the way we look or the way we speak or the way we show up or our performance or our capabilities. So when that is happening, go to gratitude. Just find something, anything. It can be a flower. It could be the color of the sky. It could be your furry cat. It could be the fact that you are sitting on your favorite chair. Just find something, anything in that moment. And what happens is the brain starts learning that every time you run a negative neural pathway, a neural mindset, your body gets to think, oh, no, actually, I must run this gratitude feeling, because you're teaching your body a new way of being. So while your body was used to running a feeling of less than, negativity, anxiety, stress, right? Now you're going, every time you think a negative thought about me, or this brain is actually going to run that, what I know is not to be true, because we all can intellectualize this. We all know that whatever our brain is telling us, we know it's not true. But it doesn't feel like that in our bodies, okay? Because we're all stuck in our heads. We're all having a thinking experience. We're not having a feeling experience. So how you get that into your body is by going, right, I'm not saying that about myself. And again, guys, this is the soul now talking to the mind. So when you want to shift from having a day or moments where you are thinking less than, check in. Where are you actually? And that is, where's your soul? Is it in the body? Is it in the heart? Because when you are in the body, you'll be able to talk to the mind and say, sorry, not doing that. We are going to focus on this beautiful fluffy cat. And so grateful that the kitty is sitting on my lap. Okay. And you keep tapping into gratitude until you can feel, and I'm sure most of you felt that little feeling that trickled through your solar plexus as I was saying that. Okay. Now that is how you shift in that moment and raise your vibration. And what is also happening then is the brain is remembering, I started talking negative. I then very gently got told, no, focus on this. And the feeling was amazing. And it will start, what will happen in time is that you will just have less and less days or moments where you run that internal dialogue, and you will start finding that you might have a trigger, but yet you actually feel there's no reaction. Your body just doesn't go to that feeling awful and stressed, because you've literally replaced that reaction with another reaction, one of gratitude. So Rain, I'd say that is the quickest way. If you are looking on the trot while you're in your car going to a meeting, it's the quickest way to pivot. Okay. Thanks for your question. Who else has a question?
Great explanation. Thank you. The next question is from Michelle. She said, how do I get past the actual fear of falling in love, as I'm still healing the inner being traumas of the past, and she's almost sabotaging herself unintentionally. So yeah, okay. How do you get over the fear of actually falling in love?
Wonderful question. Michelle, so it's by falling in love with yourself first. So when we've had a traumatic relationship where we have been maybe traumatized, where someone has treated us very unkindly, and there's maybe been emotional abuse or physical abuse, firstly, the relationship was mirroring how you were treating yourself, which 9 times out of 10, abusive relationships are there to show you how you are treating yourself internally, with the way you think about yourself. So it's healing that before you even start dating and allowing someone into your space. So I would definitely say spend your energy focusing on developing an intimate relationship. And what I mean by intimate is a connected and a heartfelt relationship with your physical body and your mind, where the soul literally resides in the heart and starts having internal dialogue with, and you would do it like this. You'd literally, as you're showering, you would say to your body, oh gosh, thank you for allowing me to be here and experiencing this life. And when you putting your body cream on, really feel and connect with your beautiful skin and love your skin. And when you catch yourself, like for example, I'm freckly, right? And I speak from experience because I had huge issues about the way I looked because of certain bullying when I was growing up. So I used to always think, oh, I'm so frickly and I'm so pasty and I used to literally be repulsed at my skin. And it's to shift that physical reaction in your body, because it's so unkind to yourself. And nobody's going to love you if you don't love your body. So Michelle, I would say it's like really connecting and loving yourself, in that you get over the fear of allowing someone in, because you love yourself to a point where if somebody doesn't love you, it's not actually an issue for you, because you're not defined by having someone else acknowledge or love you, because you are able to acknowledge and love yourself. You love your body. You appreciate the color of your skin, the color of your hair, your eyes, the shape of your body. It doesn't matter if you've got a few fat rolls or a few wrinkles and frizzy hair or whatever, because, like for example, there's product. Trust me, I can tell you, next time I do this, I might have my frizzy hair out. So what I'm saying is you need to get over and move beyond these mindsets that are literally paralyzing you from expressing love towards yourself. So I would definitely say that is where, and you'll see in the healing that we're going to do just now, is it's around loving ourselves and truly just being grateful. Again, there we go, Rain. It's being grateful for the bodies that we have, and just expressing that within our experience of ourselves. And Michelle, you'll find that the more you do that, then when you think about having a partner in your life, you will notice that your pain body, your reaction to the idea of that just will not be as intense. And then as time goes by and as you love yourself more and you get more and more comfortable in being in your body, and as you start rewiring your internal dialogue around who you are and what love means to you, you will find that idea of having someone in your life intimately with you will just suddenly not be as traumatic. And before you know it, you'll actually be, wow, I actually quite like the idea of going on a date, and there will not be that fear attached to it. So it's like a dissolving of that reaction to the idea of dating and letting someone back into your life. Does that answer your question, Michelle?
She said in the comments, thank you, Debbie. I'm on that journey of self-love and gratitude for this life experience we are having. My focus is to release limiting beliefs and move from that point. No
Beautiful.
quick fixes, lol.
No. That's a mindset, Michelle. Healing is very quick. Who told you that healing takes time? Well, whoever did that was talking rubbish, because there's no such thing as time. Your healing happens when you finally let go and surrender and allow it. It's as simple as that. There is no reason why every single one of you can't just, in a click of a flash, let go your limiting beliefs. It's a limiting to belief just to believe that you can't let them go, and it's got to take you forever to receive healing and to find love and to be in a loving relationship. Somebody has programmed you to believe that it's got to take hours and years and agony and suffering and therapy and all this stuff in order to get over someone or to move on or beyond someone or to have healing. It happens in an instant. Because when it happens, it just happens. And if you think about it, when you knew that you were over someone, you just knew it. Just
she said, that's my wow moment today! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Yes.
Yes.
Michelle, now I'm happy. So that's what I want. It is, guys, please, 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 loving yourself. You can all right now, and I hope most of you, and I think most of you are feeling slightly warmer than you were when we hopped on the call, and most of you are probably feeling a kind of like a release in your solar plex, your sternum area. This is what we call opening the heart. It's when you realize, oh my gosh, this is here for me right now. So allow it. Don't wait, just let it happen.
Okay, I think there's time for one more question.
Okay, cool.
And oh wait, there's another question. Oh, now there's another question. Questions are popping in now.
We can do it. Okay, cool.
But firstly, a question from Bridget. What daily practices would you suggest to practice to let go of someone, to let go of oneness shared, to let go of what could have been or what was?
Okay.
So what daily practice would you suggest to let go of all of that?
Beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely question, because this brings us back to our story, our identity. So that quote that Rumi said, where you literally need to let go of all that you thought you were. The same applies to your idea of what you thought a relationship had to look like and feel like. So again, this is social conditioning from when we were growing up as small kids. Okay, these were all programs that were being downloaded into our subconscious, that if the person looked like this, then they would be okay. If my relationship had this, this, and this in it, then it would be okay. And all these stories, these pictures, we get very attached to. Okay, somebody comes along and now they kind of fit that story. So now we think this is it. And then obviously it goes up, something goes wrong, they don't like us, something goes where the relationship comes to an end. But your attachment to that is your attachment to the story, okay? Because you can have any version of any relationship that you want in any moment in time. But letting go, like what was, yes, it does hurt. Yes, you love the person. Yes, they've come into your life and you had beautiful experiences. But when it's over, and or that person, or you don't want that person, or they don't want you, it's to look at where in your story are you attached, because you are defining your self-worth and value around, well, they don't want you, therefore you are not good enough, or therefore there will be a story around, I'm going to be alone, or no one else will want me. Because you're not letting them go, it's because it's almost like you need to go back there, and until they love you and until they accept you, therefore you are not going to then be okay to be in the world. So there's a story attached to that particular person and how they made you feel. But that person and that relationship does not define who you truly are. It does not define what the rest of your life needs to look like and feel like. Letting it go is literally a choice. So the daily practice that I would encourage you, because yes, it is painful. Okay, I'm not saying that having your heart broken isn't painful. I'm not saying that relationships, when they come to, it's not sad, but everything is always changing. Nothing is necessarily forever. Okay, and people come and go into our lives. In fact, Alan Watts says that when you have that unconditional love between two people, it's time to leave, because you've learned everything you need to learn from each other, which is an interesting way of looking at things, because theoretically we come together to mirror what is in each other. And when you're in a relationship that someone's mirroring back, remember, you are seeing yourself in that person. Therefore, if they are triggering pain in your body and discomfort in your body and unhappiness, like for example, this person now doesn't want to be with you, now, oh my gosh, I'm in pain. What is that telling you? That is where your knee healing is. So the fact that you can't let go is because, oh my gosh, I'm in pain. I'm wounded. I'm not happy. Okay. And that is where, okay, now I need to release that. I need to heal that within myself. And that is when I would take the daily practice of running gratitude and being very aware of my internal language, my love language that I am speaking to myself. So what the soul, when the soul is in the body, if a soul can only speak in a kind, loving way. And it's allowing the soul to have a conversation and to speak to the mind saying, it's okay. Because it's a wounded aspect of yourself that is responding and reacting and is unhappy and not letting go. So have a conversation with that version of yourself and encourage them and reassure them that they are not defined by this person who doesn't want them. And that is how you start easing through that internal conversation, the releasing of the attachment to the story that person had. And you literally hold in your truth. So like when I said in the teaching, I said, what person, visualize the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with, this dream person, right? Hold the resonance of that person and focus on that. And when your body and your mind are going to, oh, I'm missing that person, I can't let go, then go, no, this is the person I want to connect with. And you shift your attention. So it does take a bit of discipline, but that is what I would encourage, the daily discipline of the minute you catch yourself going down that neural pathway, it's taking you to that feeling awful because you're reminding yourself over and you keep running the same stories and, oh, the person did this and I should have done that. That is just reenacting and creating more and more misery for yourself. That is where the discipline comes in, where you pivot and you go to holding the feeling of the person that is right for you and how they would make you feel and how you would be in that situation. Does that help at all? Yeah?
Okay, there's two more questions.
Okay, cool.
One question from Amelia, and then there's one from Eva and Rain that kind of are quite similar and joined together.
Okay.
So we'll do the one from Amelia first. She says, can you build love in a relationship or is it just is?
Can you build love in a relationship? So Amelia,
you can unmute yourself to possibly explain.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
It's super early here. I'm not going to put my camera on, but
that's okay.
My question is really like, so when you start a relationship, like, because we talk about love and finding that, like, really like visualize that person you want to be with and be mindful with them. But when you meet someone, is it just like, is it always supposed to be love at first sight, or is it something that can be developed like throughout the years?
Okay, no, yeah, okay, I get you completely. No, so absolutely, it's not always love at first sight. So what happens is when you are just loving life and you are just being, you can very easily have a friendship, a connection with somebody, and you enjoy their company. And through getting to know them, find commonalities, and the love will grow. In fact, I think that is probably the best way to literally have a relationship that does do the test of time, because you're not falling into a high with which what happens is when you fall in love and it's all sparky and it's like it's quite intense. What happens is often is that you actually are so intoxicated with the rush that, and we don't have the skill set to literally take the rose-colored spectacles off. So nature has set it up that we do have that experience of feeling the honeymoon effect, and we dive right in. But what it hasn't done is provided crystal clear vision glasses, so we see all the different characteristics of the person. And often we are blinded, well, they call it love is blind, because we are blinded by certain characteristics that actually are values that really don't resonate with us. They're not really aligned to our life's purpose. And I think, Amelia, that if you get to know somebody and you actually, the love unfolds between the two of you, because you literally have similar interests. And I don't mean similar completely like that you actually have to have the same thing, but what I mean by that is that your values and your life's purposes are similar. So you kind of like are moving, trajectorying towards a similar future. So you can do a longer stretch together because you have common goals. And it's very important in a relationship that you play. So they say, if you play together, you stay together. So falling in love with your best friend is actually, they say that is the ultimate, because you have someone who is your person and you love all the things about them, and all the things that you don't love about them or like about them, you still love them anyway. And that is unconditional love. And if you can have an intimate relationship with someone who's your best friend, or you've got to know over time, I think that is incredibly valuable. So to answer your question, yes, love definitely can grow between people. Yeah. In fact, I've got clients that didn't like each other at all. And then now they are in this relationship, and but now they're overthinking it. But we didn't like each other. Now we love each other. Like, what is it? What's the problem? Going, oh my word, there's no problem.
Okay, the last question it's going to be a joint question between Eva and Rain, because then I think our time's running up. So we've got to do the healing.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you.
So Eva said, I'm on a self-loving journey and I just met someone I'm attracted to and interested in connecting more with. How can I be sure I'm connecting my journey to self-love without, and then the message doesn't continue. But she said that Rain's question is kind of the same thing that she's asking. So Rain said, how do you know if you're ready to receive love, as opposed to needing a little bit more time before investing your time and energy into loving someone else?
Okay, very good questions. So we always are ready to receive love, okay, and we're always ready to give love. It's our story which takes us back to the previous question, where when we attach to the story, it means we are needy. So we are getting involved with someone because we are still looking outward for love. So we need love from them. And when we're giving love with expectations of being loved back. So that is your measure. And it's a journey, guys. So don't not be involved in a relationship. Don't hold back from love because you want to first pass the exam and be in unconditional loving flow. So you're living, you're having the ultimate, because that comes with practice, because you have to heal your pain body around what has hurt you. So somewhere in your life, there would have been something that is making you either needy, where you get into a relationship and then you kind of like control the relationship, or you identify your self-value and worth through the relationship, which is not how it should be, but it's something that then you would work through. You would use that relationship as a stepping stone to healing that, and hopefully you would heal that pain body, and you will still then have a relationship with that person, which would carry on, right? But you wouldn't have that challenge anymore. So relationships are there to teach you. This is how we evolve as beings, and how nature has created the opportunity for us while we are experiencing being with another being, how we are able to come back to love. So it's coming back to that unconditional love. And that is how we do it. We practice with people. So definitely do not be in a relationship. But if a relationship is toxic in a sense that you're being verbally abused, sworn at, physically abused, that is a clear sign something is seriously wrong. And then step away from it. Do not now try and overanalyze what's wrong with me. If somebody is being cruel and nasty and is saying unkind things about the way you look and what you do, and really, I call it below the belt behavior, really ugly behavior. So in boxing, you never box below the belt, right? Then that is not a healthy relationship. That person has got huge issues, and you need to ask, well, are you going to allow yourself to be in a space that is not loving? And then this is part of my govern method. This is the question I say to my clients they need to ask themselves always. And I think this would be a great tool for you guys that have asked this question, is that what is the kind and loving thing for me to do for myself in this moment? I'll say it again. What is the kind and loving thing for me to do for myself in this moment? What that does is, if the person is being unkind and cruel to you, then you need to swipe left. You need to move away from that situation. Doesn't mean to say go in the relationship, but you have to move yourself away until you find a safe place or a safe way of communicating with them. If you are behaving badly and unkindly, and you're being needy and controlling, okay, and criticizing, then you know this is not healthy for you. Because why are you going into that pain body and behaving as the worst version of yourself? Because that doesn't feel good. That's not self-love. So that is another indicator that there is an imbalance here, and there is healing that needs to take place. So use your relationships as mirrors, showing you where your pain body is, okay? So in relationships, you have the 3 U's, which is more around the feminine energy, and they are unseen, not understood, and unsafe, okay? So the feminine energy in a relationship is going to be normally triggered by those 3 U's. I'm not seen, I'm not understood, I feel unsafe. But in actual truth, the masculine energy needs to acknowledge that those are the 3 key areas that a feminine energy is probably going to be triggered, okay? And the masculine energy, their pain body is around being criticized, being closed off, and that means when a feminine energy doesn't allow them to connect, because the masculine energy will always connect through the feminine energy. That is how they connect to source. And the other energy is controlled. The masculine energy in a relationship will never want to be controlled. So it's understanding your pain bodies as a feminine or a masculine energy, and then also knowing that your opposite energy in your relationship will have the opposite pain body. What happens sometimes is you'll get 2 feminine energies or 2 masculine energies. It doesn't mean to say the same gender, but what I'm saying is it's the same energies. And that's when you have depolarization. And that also causes discomfort in a relationship. So then again, you will ask yourself the question, what is the kind and loving thing for me right now in this moment with this person that I'm engaged with? And if it's not healthy for you, because of the way you're showing up or the way they're showing up and treating you, then remove yourself until you can find a neutral space where you can communicate effectively, receive healing, or have a conversation so that you can get back to, all right, is this a loving relationship? Okay. Does that help? Does that give you some insight? Did I answer that question? I think I went off a little bit. Sorry, Rain. I do get carried away.
It makes so much sense. Thank you. Masculine and feminine energies is a big one in a relationship. She would love to dig deeper about this, but there's currently not time.
Yes, I want to do so, guys. Carry on dropping your questions into the chat. And for those of you that are joining onto this call later, please you can put your questions through, because I am going to offer everyone the opportunity to have a call with me and to ask your questions. That's my Valentine's gift to you, and we'll share that a little bit later. What I want to do now, guys, is I want to do the mirror. And by the way, I'm going to share my slides with you they're going to be emailed to you. So all the notes that I put on the slides are there for you, so you can go back and refresh this. And this exercise that I'm going to do now with you is also going to be shared with you. So I like, as those of you that work with me or have worked with me in the past and currently know that I am very much I give you the how. To me, it's like right now you need a tool. Okay, like I said to you earlier, healing can happen in a second, and it's how, and it's always about the how, because we all can intellectualize what we need to do and what we should be doing, but the point is, when it's happening to you, how do you pivot? How do you get from your fear into flow? How do you get from being afraid of loving to loving, self-loving, so you can create someone to come into your space to share your life with? Or if your relationship is not really where you want it to be, what do you do within yourself so you can start mirroring back to your partner your truth, so that they can mirror that back at you? And it's beautiful. I've worked with many couples over the years, and they all want to get divorced. They all can't stand each other. They all hate each other. It's this one's fault. And within 5 or 6 sessions, oh my God, suddenly the person is saying to me, oh, gosh, so in love with my partner, and they're so lovely. I go, oh my gosh, I should have recorded the first session. That's how magical and easy this healing is. Okay. And I'm not joking. I mean it right from the bottom of my heart. So I'm going to share this with you now, and you're all going to do it. I'll show you the slide quickly, and then we're not going to look at the slide because I want you to do it with me. It's going to make you all uncomfortable for 2 minutes, and then we're going to do the healing. Okay. So here you go. You see, it's very self-explanatory. I've given you all the steps. So you can, I'm going to stop sharing. So you can all do this at home. And if you do this, I promise you, within weeks, you will be feeling a shift that's almost seismic. It's so huge in your heart and in your relationships and in the way you're showing up in the world. It's that simple. But you just got to do it, guys. Okay, so let's do it together. It's called the mirror. So what you would do is you would get a mirror. But right now, I'm going to be your mirror, and we're going to be looking at each other. So I'm going to look at my little screen. There we go, my little heart screen, my little camera, because I am looking at you guys. You guys are looking at me. I'm going to take my glasses off because I want you to see my eyes. Okay, so you all get to do this with me, as if you're in a private session with me. So just take a deep breath in. Just relax in your chairs. And I want you to all start looking into my eyes. And what you'll be doing is you will be looking into your eyes in a mirror. You're going to be using your own reflection to reflect back at you your soul. So everybody look into my eyes. Now, you might be uncomfortable. I don't want you to look at any part of my face or my body. You just look into my eyes. Keep looking deep into my eyes. Don't look away. It might be uncomfortable. You might feel a little bit twitchy. Just keep focusing. Your mind might have a few thoughts. Just gently ask your mind to focus on my eyes and keep looking. Emotions might come up. You might feel a bit sweaty. You might feel almost tearful. Let the tears roll. Just be with me. Keep looking into my eyes. Keep looking. Keep looking. Stay focused. See deep into my eyes and see the truth of who you are looking right back at you. Some of you might find that your vision will cloud and go milky. Some of you might be feeling very peaceful right now. Others might be feeling quite emotional, quite moved. But keep looking. Don't look away. And now I want you, you're all muted, so you can say this aloud in your rooms, wherever you are. I want you to say your name. Debbie, say your name. And then I want you to say, I love you. Say it. Say your name and say, I love you. One more time. Say your name. Keep focused. Keep looking deep into my eyes. I love you. And it's that simple. You are all beings of love. And you all are loved unconditionally, just as you are. So that, my darling people, my beautiful beings that have shared this wonderful experience with me, as you no doubt have just experienced what group work can do. It's really powerful. As I said just now, so we're going to do the healing now, but I just want to share this with you, is that I run a successful living program, and I'm going to be offering 6 people the opportunity to work with me for the rest of the year, and I'm going to be gifting 30% for those 6 people off the program. But everybody is welcome to book a call so that we can chat. If you have any other questions, I will be on that call. It's absolutely free. It's my gift to you because it is Valentine's Day, and also because I really want each and every one of you to know that I love you and I'm here for you. And this is the beginning of us journeying together as a community, bringing healing and being there for each other. And my time is what I can give to you. So book a call. I think Tessa's going to drop the link in the group. She will also email it to everybody on an email tomorrow with the recording and everything. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. This has been an incredible opportunity for me. I've never done this before, and I just can't believe that all of you are here honoring this space with me. So we're going to be doing the healing now. It is going to be about 15 minutes, okay? And I want you, first of all, before we start, just to move around a bit. If you've got water, now definitely is the time to have a big gulp. If you've been sitting down, I want everyone to stand up. Whoops, then took off my earlobe there. And I want you to shake it out. Okay, really move your body because we need to get the energy flowing. So basically what you do is you just move your energy, because we've all been sitting, down your bodies, down your back, down your legs. Okay, it's a little bit vigorous. Okay, and shake it out. It's literally you're shaking. So you know when animals are in the wilds, they shake, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're shifting energy that's just got stuck and collected in their fields, and it's clearing and balances their chakras and all the rest. Okay, so, and now we come back to being in our healing circle. I want you all to sit in your chairs or lie down, whatever is comfortable. But please make sure that your spine is erect, in a sense that it's straight. Energy flows up and down the central channel through the tail of the coccyx, through the perineum, which is basically the root chakra. It flows up through the spine, into the back of the neck, up into the head, into the hypothalamus in the center of the brain. And energy flows through the crown chakra straight through the center of the head, into the spine, down the spine, out through the coccyx, out between the legs. So this is your central channel. Just bringing your attention to it, because this is energy, masculine and feminine energy. So we are all bringing love into our lives right now. This is what our healing is about, to bring self-love into our lives so that we can amplify that love, express that love, so we can bring in loving relationships, all different types of loving relationships into our lives. So we want to run the masculine and the feminine energy. So the feminine energy is coming up through the earth, up through between our legs, up into our perineum, through the root chakra, into the spine, up the central channel, and up out the head. And it literally cascades all around us. And the masculine energy is coming down through the universal light, through the crown chakra, into the center of the head, down the center of your body, through the spine, up between your legs. And again, it then literally wraps up and around your whole body. These two energies are flowing in and around you all the time. So now just bring your attention to your breathing. Gently allow your mind to settle. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. As you breathe gently, inhale and exhale. I want you to go into the body on the inhale. Move into the body, move down into the chest, step into your heart. I want you to be really in your body. I want you to feel how it feels to be sitting in your heart. Gently breathing in and out. And with every breath, feel how your whole body starts relaxing, how your body starts letting go. I want you to bring your attention to the top of your head. And I want you to feel the relaxation moving down the front of your face as your whole face starts to relax. Feel the relaxation moving down the neck, down into your shoulders, down your back. Feel the ease, feel the tension releasing. As it moves down your chest, feel the relaxing, feel the release, feel the whole body letting go. As the energy now relaxes and releases, as it moves into your abdomen, feel how your belly gets heavy, how all the organs get heavy. As you relax into your hips, as it moves down into your legs, as the relaxation moves down into your calves, into your ankles and into your feet. Keep breathing gently. Gentle breaths in and out. Allowing your whole body to let go. Now I want you to visualize the beautiful rose-colored energy. This energy is the frequency of self-love. And today we are all opening up our hearts and allowing self-love to permeate our whole being. So visualize this beautiful light, this beautiful rose-colored light pouring in through the top of your head. Allow this light to move down the center of your body. Welcome and allow this light to pour into your body, filling up your whole body. It literally moves down into your brain. Beautiful, soft rose color. energy. It moves down your throat, down the back of your head, into your chest, down your arms, down your spine, down into your hips, filling up your legs, your feet, your whole body literally saturated with unconditional love. Love is divine. This is divine love and light. So I want you to open up your hearts and allow this beautiful energy to permeate your heart. And I want you to surrender to the healing that this beautiful energy brings to you. It'll be bringing healing to your whole body. It'll be bringing healing to your mind, to your soul, to the all of you. Feel how this energy is flowing down the center of your being, as more and more of this beautiful rose-colored frequency keeps pouring into your body, flooding your body, and filling up your heart. And now I want you to open up your heart and allow this divine light to wash away all your anger. This is all the anger that you have towards yourself. Allow that anger to be released from your body. Allow it to be replaced with peace. Allow this divine light, this beautiful rose healing energy, to wash away all your hatred for yourself. Feel the release of that hatred, the letting go of that hatred, and replace it with love for yourself. And let that love wash through the whole of you. Let the divine light now wash away all your jealousies. And then allow this divine healing energy to replace them with generosity. Let the divine light wash away all your envy. Release the envy from your whole being and allow this energy, this beautiful soft frequency of unconditional love to replace all your envy with contentment and satisfaction. Let the divine light wash away all your guilt and replace it with innocence. Let the divine light wash away all your hurt, all your heartache, all your hurt, and replace it with understanding. Let the divine light wash away all your resentment and replace it with kindness. Let the divine light wash away all your grudges and replace them with forgiveness. Let the divine light, this beautiful rose energy, this healing self-love energy, wash away all your stress and anxiety. and replace them with calmness and happiness. And now let the divine light wash away all your fears and insecurities that you have for being in love with yourself, being in love with life, and allow it to replace them with courage born of faith. Now I want you to visualize your ideal person that you want to share your life with. And if you don't have a person in your mind right now, just have the feeling of what that person would be like. So just focus on seeing or feeling your ideal partner. Now I want you to open your heart, and I want you to be where you are, and I want you to, from your heart, beam out beautiful, unconditional love. And it will literally come from the center of your sternum, and it will be a beautiful rose color energy radiating out from your heart. Unconditional love. Now I want you to gaze upon your ideal partner, and I want you to smile. And from the center of your heart, I want you to visualize this beautiful, unconditional love that you are beaming to literally envelop this person and to envelop them in unconditional love. And I want you to send them the light of love. Send them the light of kindness. Send them the light of peace. Send them the light of happiness. Send them the light of forgiveness. And smile upon this person whom you love unconditionally right in this moment till infinity. As you let this divine light beaming from your heart be transferred to them, that they may connect with you and experience unconditional love being mirrored from your heart to theirs. Now feel the joy in your whole body. As you connect with this being, and watch how with happiness you resonate and connect, and see this person radiating unconditional love. Now allow that unconditional love that they are radiating to permeate your very being as you receive it from them. Feel the divine love moving between the two of you, infinite and eternal. And just enjoy the current of love that is flowing between you as you give and receive. As in this moment you realize you are free from the past, as you have let go all that came before this moment. That you have let go all the beliefs that kept you stuck in fear and from experiencing unconditional love for yourself, for all that is. Very gently now, become aware of yourself sitting or lying in the room that you are in. Very gently, bring your attention to your feet. Move your toes, bring your attention to your legs. Bring your attention to your thighs, start moving your legs, your hips, allow your body to move as it wishes. Bring your attention up your spine, your belly, your shoulders, your neck. Allow your head to move as it wishes and literally twist and stretch as you breathe in and as you sigh out. And when you're ready, open your eyes, blink a couple of times. Namaste. Thank you everybody for joining me and for all those that have joined later. I wish you love and light and just the most beautiful Valentine's Day on Sunday. That's the 14th in South Africa on Sunday. And just allow love to be in and all around you. Or unmute yourself and say goodbye if you'd like. Ciao, everybody.
There's some messages coming in saying beautiful, emotional. Thank you, Debbie. It was such a blessing. Thank you for this beautiful moment of love.
Oh, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. A lot of positive messages.
Beautiful, guys. I'll go and listen to all of them. But just remember, this transmission, you'll be sent the link. You can go back and do this healing over and over again. Okay. Many blessings. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.